Dr. Rao, are there clinical trials available for chronic constipation, and how can patients become involved?
Yes, I think there are several exciting clinical trials in the field of chronic constipation. There are trials to improve colon muscle and nerve function, to improve bowel evacuation, and also trials to improve sensation and anorectal function. Let me give you a couple of examples. One is a capsule that has been developed which vibrates in the colon. And this is a clinical trial that's going on in the country right now to try and see whether patients can take this vibrating capsule as a way of improving their constipation function. Now, another is a novel drug that is now approved in Japan, but not yet available in America. So, this drug is on a principle of bile salt absorption. So normally the liver produces bile, and over 95% of the bile is reabsorbed in the end of the small bowel, what we call the terminal portion of the ileum, and less than 5% spills into the colon. But if more than 5% were to spill in the colon, then the patient's bile becomes a laxative for the patient. So that principle has been used in the development of this drug, where the drug actually temporarily blocks the absorption of bile back into the gut. So more bile will spill into the colon, and this bile then works on the colon to push things along and improve laxation. So that's another unique mechanism. Then some of this other compounds that have been development, drugs that work on serotonin, drugs that work on other hormone receptors in the body, and they're all being designed to improve bowel function. Likewise, there are trials on biofeedback, on improving sensation, and so on, which hopefully will all lead to improvement in bowel symptoms. Then you also asked me, well, where can patients find out? Now, there are several important websites that patients can go to. One, I think, is the International Foundation for Functional GI Disorders website. They have a very nice list about ongoing clinical trials in constipation and where they're being done, who is their contact person, which city is being done, etc. And they can really get this a lot of useful information there. Then the NIH has the clinicaltrials.gov website where all the clinical trials are listed. Various societies in their patient portal, they list a lot of the clinical trials that are ongoing. Likewise, if you live in a large city where there is a major medical school or an academic center, then if you look at that center's GI website, they will tell you what are the local trials that are being done on constipation or IBS, and they can use that information and contact them to learn more. There is constant new work that is happening because constipation affects 20% of the American population. There are between 30 to 60 million Americans with this problem. So we need a lot of new drugs that have unique mechanism of action, because so far, with the best of the drugs that we have available, we're only able to treat 50% or 60% of patients. There is a vast number of people who we are not able to touch with current treatment options. So we need better treatment options to help these people. And at the same token, I really think patients should volunteer to help us in these clinical trials, because only through their active participation can we collectively move this field forward so that more patients can benefit from this and we can make constipation a curable condition. We're not there yet, but I hope we get there.